And are they a new phenomenon, or have they been around for a very long time?
I don't know. I think they're reasonably okay for this level of technology. I'd say they're new within the last decade.
Right.
But I mean, the people were using balloons back in the 19th century for warfare. So the idea of using a balloon, like something that takes you above the Earth's surface so you can see down, is absolutely not new. But this level of technology and this sophistication is new. And again, I think we should remember that China is an emerging power, and this is less sophisticated. A balloon is inherently less sophisticated than launching a rocket into the air. You can let the balloon go up, and provided you can maintain good control over a balloon, frankly, the costs are significantly less, and the technology is significantly less as well. So there are good reasons why the Chinese would be using a balloon.
And we saw a good headline for Rishi Sunak this week, saying he would authorise the taking down of any balloons that hover over Britain. All very well and good. But then we read that last year the British foreign aid budget sent 50, or was it 60 million pounds to China. There's no logic here. Why on earth are we sending money to a country that soon will overtake the United States as the richest country on the planet, a country which we know is routinely murdering Uyghur Muslims?
Okay, firstly, I'm dubious about whether China is going to have the world's largest economy. Let's just wait and see, because we automatically assume that. I'm not sure it's the case. And secondly, for all we know, I mean, it's great they were going to shoot down these balloons. For all we know, they might have been flying overhead over us for the last 5-10 years, but we haven't noticed. So let's hope they haven't, and let's hope they haven't been getting away with this for years. When it comes to China and aid, you're right. On principle, we should not be giving aid to people at G20 nations. It's absurd. And we certainly shouldn't be giving aid to places like India and China, who, yes, they have a poverty problem. So do we in our own country. But anyone with a space program and a nuclear weapons program, frankly, they don't need their aid. They don't need our aid money. In defence, Andrew Mitchell would say, this is going to groups to help with human rights, it's going to groups that share our values, etc., etc. But I do think it just, regardless of the worth of these individual organisations, I think, Andrew, as you say yourself, the optics of it just look dreadful. And frankly, we need to be much cleverer about aid. I would, for example, I'd include all British peacekeeping in your aid budget. And frankly, I'd include the BBC World Service TV and radio in the aid budget as well. And I would slightly expand and change the definition of aid. So it's not just about economic development, but it's about political freedom, and it's about basic stability as well.